So, guys, welcome. It's great to have you here. Sorry if my voice is not feeling or sounding great. At least it doesn't feel great to me. Too much air conditioning for the last few days. We can start here with the presentation and just giving some context. If someone is watching us at home or if you don't remember what is the Deep Funding Town Hall, this is a great way to start, I think. And before sharing that, let's share the agenda for today. We have some updates from the Deep Funding team today. We have exciting news with the Hackathon launch updates from the Dev Outreach Circle. And I'll share a little bit about the experience. And Judith as well from the Marketing Circle will share a little bit of the experience of how it was to be with Deep Funding or to have Deep Funding at the Cardano Summit. And yeah, you have some cool things to watch, hopefully. Um, but the thing is a decentralized grants program tasked to fund projects and initiatives that are actually beneficial to SingularityNET. Inside the old Deep Funding website, many updates right now. Our mission, the mission of SingularityNET to create a democratic, decentralized, and beneficial AGI. And in terms of values, if you're wondering what we stand for and if you are a good fit into this ecosystem, we just want you to be creative, to be open to collaborate as well with other people, and always be kind and remember that we are all human beings on the other side. And I think if you believe in these values, please come join us. It will be a perfect ecosystem for you. In terms of the program, we aim to drive in the best proposals for to develop our beneficial AGI in terms of proposing ideas that go towards our visions and goals, in terms of reviewing these ideas, giving feedback and comments, especially to proposers, so they can come back stronger and improve on what they are doing. But also you can come here to town halls and other events like the Open Lands and discuss with us what is best for deep funding. How you'd like to see deep funding moving forward in the future. And finally, we also have the circles. Circles are basically community members like myself, like AO, Judith, many people here that actually help driving forward deep funding, actually help with the operations of deep funding and making this decentralized grants program possible. For this town hall, well, this is the place for us, the deep funding community, the place to gather to discuss everything related to deep funding, to the projects, to what's coming in the future, and also the perfect place to learn, to ask your questions, and to just engage with the overall community space where you can bring the topics you think should be discussed here, whether it is a certain proposal, idea you have, I don't know, a question about a specific topic. You can all sit here in the main town hall. You can ask for a breakout room topic where you can have a smaller audience and have hopefully a more exciting conversation with everyone participating. So it's up to you to take that initiative. We have now the community website where you can do that. And yeah, we definitely need now to update these slides with that information. Before going to the hackathon launch updates, maybe we should check on deep funding and some of the updates. Rafael, I think Jan is not here. Do you think you can help us with that,
He
or should
he
we wait
just
for
arrived
Jan?
for my pleasure and
I
joy.
am
Now
Yeah.
he
here. I
can
am here,
now he can introduce.
but Raphael wasn't supposed to be here, which was the
Yeah,
reason
it's
why I always present. So, Raphael, maybe do you have anything? I don't have anything urgent. I would say maybe except that this is one thing. We got quite an impressive number of applications for roles in Deepfunding, which is really, really good news. Thank you for everybody who applied. We are working on that. We also have the Ecosystem Festival in Bangkok coming up. So we're juggling a little bit next to all the other things that we're doing. So we will get in touch with the people that are applying for a number of important roles, but I'm really happy to have these in. And it's great news that our community.deepfunding.ai website is working so well in this order. So also big compliments to Ayo and Usman, who have been working on that site very diligently. Yeah, I think this is the main thing for me. Would you like to add something to that, Rafael?
Well, two things, perhaps to reinforce the idea that we are postponing the round 5 because of alignment with the strategy of SingularityNET. But actually, this is going to be a good gap because now we have more time and we can address more focus in the growth of this community and the processes that we have. So in this sense, it's going, but nobody here is will be avoided to apply because we have our RFPs, active RFPs that you can go there in our website, the AI, in the menu program. Then you can move on where you can apply. Of course, if you don't receive submissions enough or with high quality, we can postpone, but it's good for going there and applying for those RFPs, contributing to the program, SingularityNET, our purpose and mission, but also, well, improving your skills in developing such technologies. Yeah, and for those that might be thinking, oh, I'm not going to apply now because I don't want to have competitors or other teams applying and seeing what I am submitting. We have this lock mode where people only knows that your submission is there, your proposal is there, but they can't read what you are proposing. But the summary of your proposal. So go there, make yourself, well, make your idea being read by us and win the prize. That's the whole idea of it, right? Also, very good. If we have marketing applicants here for the roles, we are reaching out soon in order to explain how we are going to proceed from now on with these applications, okay? And keep applying proposals and also to work along with us in these jobs that we are tasks. That's it. Cardoso, with you.
All right, thank you. If there's any questions, guys, please feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to participate. That's the whole point, right? So don't be shy. All right, we have one question. Fast. Abdul Rahman, please feel free to speak.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, please, can you hear from me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a nice days and every aspect of the contribution and the ecosystem is actually recognized. I appreciate the good work you are doing and everything. So I just want to quickly ask for a favor in our funded proposal. Of course, I submitted I dropped a kind of a link to receive feedback from the entire community, but of course, we received a very low turnout for people to actually respond to the survey, to have a very good analysis of user experience. That, of course, as well, I don't know if I'll be reaching out to individual and this, but I feel like I need to make it a kind of public announcement if anybody will be willing as well to person that has to verify our research work that we've done, or an expert who will be validating the work that we have done. So before we move forward and submit for our review cycle, so it's part of the deliverables that we have in our milestone. So that was the first thing I'll be talking about. The second thing was that I actually saw a kind of an open application for marketing cycle role. And I applied and I received a feedback responding that my application wasn't actually the expectations. I don't know, maybe the responses I don't know quite understand. I don't quite understand. So I think I sent another email, but until now I haven't gotten any kind of a feedback again on what have been done or whatever the case might be. So thank you very much for the good work I've been doing, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Abdul. Yeah, about the marketing application, it's what I just said. I'm going to reach out to all of you that applied by tomorrow probably, and we are going to discuss the next steps. Okay. I'm not sure if it seems you received an email, a feedback or something like that. Is that the case about the application? Abdul, you are muted. Okay, so yeah, that's one point. We are going to talk later about the marketing. On your survey, let's
Abdul
put
is gone, but you
yeah,
can.
yeah, but he is here. He's still here. Yeah, and if you are indeed here, I hope you are. Here in the call, we have JP, which can help as well. JP, please, let's push the survey from his project or proposal project to the community in order for having them, the community also. Yeah.
Okay.
So Abdul,
just to coordinate,
go.
send me a message on Mattermost. Okay, you can find me as JP, and we can just arrange any information that you want to communicate to the community. We will do it.
Yeah, so you are going to have your survey being answered by the community as far as we can reach. Telegram, perhaps even Twitter if it's the case, or X, and so on. Okay, here to help and support Abdul. Thank you for doing this also in our behalf and benefit.
Also, Abdul, if you can, try to share the link in the chat as well. That would be great. I think we are all here, so that could be a way to click it right now and try to do it later. Well,
one important before we go, Cardoso,
yeah.
It's important for everyone to understand that the circles are there exactly to perform these tasks in support of anyone. It's not necessarily someone that has to go to the Deep Funding, Rafael or Ian, and ask for. If it's something we want to be decentralized in a point that, for instance, JPs would be able to decide on this. So, no, should we do that? Shouldn't? So let's discuss with the marketing. If it's still we don't see a decision, we can go to and talk to Deep Funding. Even us would talk to the community and ask, so should we do this survey in make awareness around this survey in our community, and then get the feedback from the community itself. So it's a process. Be free to talk to any circle or part of our program to be quicker, more efficient, and etc. Okay, and especially for you to don't have to wait until a town hall, for instance, in order to make this request. But glad you did. Thank you very much again for coming forward and requesting this. Okay.
Yeah, very well said. Well, if no more questions right now, let's move forward and maybe start with the hackathon updates. Andrea, are you able to enlighten us on the hackathon?
Yeah, can I share my screen?
Yes, you should be able to. I think you're already co-host, right? Yes.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Can you see the slides?
Yes. I can see myself as well.
Oh yeah, right.
2 times.
I don't know how to.
No worries, no worries. Just share the slides and there's no problem.
Okay. There. Okay. So our hackathon name is Risk Awareness, and let me move to the next slide. Our objective, well, first, we would like to let you know that the registration for applying is already out there. We already have 3 people registered, and that's, I don't know, at least I feel super happy because it's been just 4 days since it started, and we already have some people. So objective here is to involve developers in hands-on innovation by building real-world use case by using AI services in our marketplace. So one objective also is to empower participants to create impactful solutions and push the boundaries of AI technology. So here is the date. Our hackathon is gonna take place from November to the 24th of November. And the registration started this Monday and it's gonna finish the 11th of November. The prize for the winners will be in total 10K US in AGIX. And we are aiming to have team members, maybe 10 to 20 teams of members, of 2 to 4 members. And we are going to work with Potrex Risk Assessment Service, which is part of our marketplace. Our member Kendrick, it's part of the community, and he got funded, I think, in the round 4. So his service is already launched in the SNET marketplace. So we are calling here developers and onboarders. First of all, developers who want to build something regarding the risk awareness. So we are looking for people who might be just starting with development, or someone who's already a pro. No matter what type of developer you are, you're welcome to participate. If you have a really good energy and project, we are willing to hear from you. And also we have, we are calling onboarders. So we're calling some people who will support the development teams. They will help them launch the services on the marketplace. So what we're looking for is to work with qualified developers to help them get their services launched on the marketplace. So as an onboarding specialist, you will play an extremely important role in the success of the development and growth of our decentralized AI platform. So the training for onboarding a specialist is gonna take around 5 to 7 calls over 2 weeks. The only requirements is to be proficient in gRPC. We offer the chance to earn $10 per hour. It's gonna be paid in AGIX tokens for the whole training, like not skip any of the calls, the chance to be to participate in this unique opportunity to become part of the onboarders in the marketplace. So the role is really important, and as I mentioned before, you will be helping to launch the services on the marketplace. So yeah, that's what the hackathon is gonna be about. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And yeah, so that's all we wanted to share about the hackathon. And it's an open call for anyone that would like to join us, whether it is a developer or someone who wants to become an onboarder the marketplace. So if you have any questions, I think there's more team members here that could also answer. Thank you.
All right. If you have questions, feel free. Maybe I have a question, Andrea. So the hackathon will be focused on the risk assessment service, or will there be other opportunities to create different things, or is just risk assessment?
Yeah, it's gonna be built on the risk assessment service. So we are looking forward to have something alike from developers.
All right. All right. Thank you. Anthony, please.
Yeah. Is the onboarding specialist also going to be able to take part in the hackathon?
That's a really good question. In this case, I don't think we would have space for that. But we have here Ishan who can answer that, because he's going to be teaching you if you want to become an onboarder.
Okay.
I don't know if Ishan wants to answer.
Sorry, I totally missed the question.
Okay, I asked if the onboarding specialist is also going to be able to take part in the hackathon.
So currently the timelines are a little mishmashed. So the onboarding specialists and the hackathon participants would kind of be trained at the same time. So yes, in the current state, the onboarding specialists can participate in the hackathon.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah, so please, if you would like to join.
Yeah, and since the hackathons are mostly teams, so as an onboarder, you're coming in personally. But when the hackathon, mostly you are probably going in as team. So I think that's where the difference lies. Also, I think with the initial question, I just wanted to say that yeah, what was that initial question? I think I had a comment to that. I just skipped my head. Someone had an initial question.
So the initial question about whether it was just focus on risk assessment service, or whether it
Yes,
you could do other things.
Yeah, so I want to say the risk assessment service, yes. The difference is we want to see that being applied in different areas, right? So we want to see how this can be used in forecasting. We want to see how this can probably be used in predicting different epidemics, different stuff. So weather forecasts, and so it's all on you to think about the utility that this can derive and utilize it in different ways. So it's not like everybody is doing the same thing and we're trying to see the best of the same thing. It's just that we're using the same service to do different things to showcase the beauty of the proposals or the services that are in the marketplace.
All right. All right. Thank you. That's actually quite clarifying. Thank you. Jan, you have your hand up.
Yeah, just a small notification. Well, first of all, maybe there could be a potential misunderstanding about the question on participating. Now, I don't know anything about this. I'm not involved in the organization of this hackathon, but I would imagine that being an onboarder in general is not prohibitive of also joining the hackathon. They seem like two unrelated things in that sense. Right? It's a different question than asking, can I join the hackathon as an onboarder? But if I'm misunderstanding, then please correct me. I'll first make the other note notice. I love this initiative of trying to recruit people, community members, and people outside of a community that just happen to have an interest already. You don't need to be awarded or whatever. It can be anybody. And to help them on board on the marketplace. I think that's a really great initiative. At the same time, we're also actually this time improving the process of onboarding a little bit from the development side. It's a work in progress. It will continue. And this week, there are actually yesterday, I think, the new developer portal has been released. So if you go to Deep Funding, you can go to the menu on the SingularityNET, and then you can go to Developer Portal, and then you see a whole new layout with new content, etc. I haven't really dived into it yet now, but please have a look, and I think that will also help any new onboarders and get people a little bit acquainted with what is possible and desired. Also, on that same note, on the Deep Funding side, last week or so, we created a quick start guide. So also under the SingularityNET menu item, there's a quick start guide, and it will just give you the briefest possible overview of what is required to onboard and what steps you have to go through, just to give you a kind of mental picture of what is available. So anybody interested in that job, I would say have a look at that site, have a look at the developer portal. Of course, you can also have a look at the publisher portal, which is also still being worked on. So yeah, just wanted to add that to the great messaging here. Thanks for the presentation, Andrea.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea, and the rest of the Dev Outreach Circle. And yeah, looking forward for the hackathon and to see it. It's definitely exciting. We need to keep trying with these new initiatives, see how further we can go, right? Try new things, innovate, and hopefully we'll get some interesting results out of it. At least learning experiences for sure. So I guess we move forward to the last topic of the conversation, that is to talk a little more about the Cardano Summit. That is where Deep Funding was there, represented by community members, myself, Judith, Mauro. By the way, Judith, should we start with the video?
Yeah, can you make my second account co-host, or can I share screen like that? I'm online with two accounts. Okay, cool.
You're co-host in both accounts.
All right, let me give it a try. We currently have a massive storm outside, so my internet is on the slow side, but I'll try to share it. Let me see.
I'll try to get it as well in case something happens. Maybe I can do it as well.
Yeah, give me a minute.
So we wanted to start with the video. Just I have a PowerPoint as well. I don't want to bore you too much. I think it's pretty nice. Shows a good recap of what happened, and yeah. And I think for those who were being able to be there, I think this will be a good way to experience a little bit of what was to be there at the Cardano Summit with Deep Funding. So I see that you're sharing your screen, but still black here on our side.
It's showing up fine on my laptop. I don't know about your side.
Yeah, I cannot see it. Maybe. Yeah, all black. Do you want me to try to share it?
Yeah, you can maybe get it if you have it.
Yeah, I just don't know. Okay, I do have it. Awesome.
If you have it.
There's music, right? Uh, All right, give me a moment. I'll just go on technical issues. Can you stop sharing? Can see it.
I think it's better if you get it because I don't think this is gonna do anything. I already
All right, can you stop sharing?
did.
It's still
I'm
showing
pretty
up
much
here. I don't know
unable
if
to push
it's
the button,
yours or
it's
mine.
that slow.
All right. Can you guys see my screen
Yes.
now? Awesome, thank you.
It's still showing up for me. I don't know if it's
Pretty much unable to push the button, it's that slow.
all right.
All right. That's it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, but maybe I'll come here as well and have a little presentation just to share you a little bit more about how was the whole process, because it looked really nice in video, but in practice it's not always that nice, and you always have challenges and things you have to go through. And I think it's good in the name of transparency to share a little bit of that with the community. Oh, let me just present the slides here. And yeah, so what was it all about? So basically, it started with a proposal, but then it ended up being a whole initiative where Deep Funding was basically a sponsor at the Cardano Summit. We had our own startup booth, which is actually something like they shouldn't even call it a booth. It was basically a table with a share, a little banner, and a plug, but we make the most out of it. We were in the corridor across the main stage, so people had to go through us in some way or other. So that was pretty good. We had our own master class, as they called it, because workshop is not a good enough name. And of course, we did a lot of networking as well in the side events, during the event, even in the gala dinner. I was talking to Darlington, which is a builder on Cardano, and yeah, he's interested in developing an AI service for one of his projects. Something that could be even interesting for us is he wants to do a Tinder for Project Catalyst proposals. So who knows, maybe we'll have in the future also a Tinder for deep funding proposals where you meet the proposals that are more interested to you. And yeah, he's going to leverage AI for that. And that could be a proposal coming up of many that we potentially discussed. And you can see some pictures as well. And basically coming from the start and telling you a little story. How it all started, it started with this proposal that where the goal was simply to create a deep funding workshop in the Cardano Summit. So a workshop, we get people there, we tell them why deep funding is so good and why they should come, and we show them exactly how to get onboarded. Yeah, and that was basically the idea. So yeah, the proposal fortunately got funded by the community. So huge thank you to all of you there who funded this proposal and made it happen. And as soon as we got funded, we started conversations with the Cardano Foundation. No, wait, this is the preparation for the proposal. Sorry, I'm already messing it up. When creating this proposal, we actually started conversations with the Cardano Foundation. We had not a agreement on paper, but they were interested in this idea. Funding is a huge problem in Cardano, and we were told that just getting the tickets of our speakers should be enough for us to be at the summit and be able to present this idea. So the proposal basically had everything in place to do exactly that, to prepare some merch, prepare a presentation, and take two people, me and another community member. We open a form for community members to apply to this proposal to do this workshop and to network and onboard more individuals. Fortunately, now, yes, it got funded thanks to the community. So big thanks to all of you. And as ready, right, to take care of a lot of bureaucracy. We started putting to started having a post, and we Cardano closed the deal. And on that side, a huge patience. Oh, recording stop. All right. Thank you, Juan, for making two recordings. But yeah, so no, it was great to see that many people, and you know, so at some point it was like I almost wanted to take them all, but we have to make some choices. But at the time, I was not even thinking about choices because we had more problems. We had a few problems with this workshop overall. We had a lot of delays, like it took a few months to get confirmation from the Cardano Foundation. You know, there was also at some point SingularityNET was not a sponsor of the event, and around 2 weeks after that announcement, after I get their information, we were told that we would need to that there was a high demand for workshops or master classes or whatever you want to call it, and that we would need to price for these class, which is something that wasn't in the proposal. We couldn't make it with the budget we had, especially because we already had the flights, everything like that, and it would be completely impossible. However, I tried not to give up, tried to make it happen some way or another. Also informed the Deep Funding team, especially Rafael. We were able to drop the price for the workshop to 3,100 and try to make it happen. Of course, that would imply redoing it would not be possible because we'd have to use those funds to pay for the workshop. However, and at that point, we were also discussing what should we do? What strategies should we follow? Should we actually pay this? We continued as well negotiations, and we were also able to add other things besides the masterclass in itself. We had a whole visibility package to be like sponsors and be shared in social media, etc. As you can see here. And we were also able to add a startup booth there to increase visibility of Deep Funding. That was the best that we could get. And it also opened some very interesting opportunities, I guess, of having more impact even than it was intended in the initial proposal. And also, very importantly, we had a big help of the marketing circle. You know, since the beginning, they always try to support this proposal. They reach out, support it with marketing. They also able to help us with funds and everything to make this happen, which was, you know, amazing and a real important support. And also, they were the ones taking the responsibility for the booth. You know, I helped. We worked together. It was great, and yeah, it all went very well on that side. So yeah, this is and see how it shouldn't be called a booth, right? It's just a banner with a little thing, which you'll see more photos afterwards. But with the help of marketing circle, the help of the Deep Funding team as well, as we'll mention later down the road, we were able to do these three things: to do the workshop, to have this visibility package, and to actually have our own booth and be represented there. Here, just for you to see a little bit, is the merch we created. Is not in the best way possible. That's my bag. I had to carry a large bag from Lisbon with all this merch. We still have a few things here. that were left. You can see here live the pen. Let me just show it to you. Hope my camera is not too small. So yeah, maybe we definitely need to come together and maybe do an event where we can give out this merch to our community. They are the ones who deserve it the most. So I'm putting the pressure on your side, Jen and Rafael.
If you save my t-shirt, it's fine. You can put any pressure you want.
It depends on the size. We created much more than expected, so let's see how that goes. Yeah, and this is us at the summit, represented in many places, as you can see. You can see also the workshop itself. Also, with the workshop, not everything was perfect. We're expecting to have a little table, a little thing where everything, but guess what? No, we just had some shares and some technical issues in the beginning. But still, we made the best of it. We got emails for the newsletter. We got, the most important thing was trying to keep people in contact with Deep Funding and keep people in contact with the information about opportunities and rounds, because that's basically what they were interested at. We also met Janet, as you can see here. She was speaking there in the main stage, as well as other people from the community, as you can see here. Yeah, a lot of people that are somehow involved and find out more as well about Deep Funding. And everywhere in the gala, in many places, as you can imagine. And yeah, we also had a Deep Funding meeting with some other people, a live Deep Funding meeting, collaboration between circles as well. A very interesting experience. The desserts, we had a little dessert contest in the end where we were trying to find the most horrible dessert, and I'm proud to say that I won that contest. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. I know you couldn't be there, but hopefully with these photos and this presentation, you feel a little bit part of this whole experience. And in terms of results, that matters as well. Judith, I think, will share a little bit more about that, about what we achieved, but overall, I think it was very positive.
Thank you for sharing. You already shared so much about the results and everything, but yeah, I was gonna share a little bit more about the challenges that we had, but also why I think it was 100% worth it. You that may seem like a crazy amount of money. I'll start with the challenges. So these are from my point of view. So before the summit, we had been told that there would be 2,500 attendees, or maybe 2,000, between 2,000 and 2,500 attendees. That was not the case. There was maybe 1,000. They said it was 1,000 in the end. I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was closer to 600. Now, we had calculated with 2,500, and that's the merch that we ordered according to that number. So we ended up ordering a lot more merch than we needed. Also, our booth was located in Startup Street, which was a bit, well, it was outside of the main room. So the traffic wasn't as great. I don't think it sounds bad, but I don't think it was worth necessarily having a booth. I think it would have been better just to go as attendees and network as much as possible and tell as much people about Deep Funding as possible, because we were stuck at the booth and there was large amounts of, like, a couple of times where there was just simply no people coming through, especially during lunch break or early in the morning or towards the evening. It was just too empty. So I was a bit surprised that Cardano Summit didn't manage to bring more people in, but yeah, we did the best that we could. On day 2, the organization was a bit crazy. We ended up not having electricity at the booth until 4 p.m. So I went to organizer twice asking for electricity, but for some reason they just couldn't make it happen. Well, other than that, the regular challenges that you get during a conference were there. We all lost our voices after one day. Our voices are still rough, especially because the weather was so hot, but inside was severely air conditioned, so we were all getting sick. It wasn't funny. The budget was extremely tight. We had to turn every dollar twice to make it work, and also be okay with some inconveniences in order to make it happen. On my side, I took the most ridiculous long flights just to save a couple of $100. I think my flight times ended up being over 24 hours for a flight that would have been 8 hours. But yeah, it was a lot cheaper that way. We ended up sharing a hotel room, which wasn't ideal. Thankfully, it worked out because we have majorly different waking up times. So we didn't get in each other's way at the end of the day. And then another challenge was that the people that we were talking to, obviously now we onboarded them into so many different channels that they're now all over the place. We have them in our email list, we have them in LinkedIn, we have them in Twitter, we have them in Discord, we have them in Telegram, we have them in WhatsApp. And now we're faced with the challenge of following up with, I don't know, hundreds of people. I think between the three of us, we probably talked to, I would say, maybe 250 people. And they all want to be followed up with. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge, but yeah, we're going to manage. On the positive side, I think there was no major issues. Everything went suspiciously smooth. From the travel to the event registration to the booth setup, the workshop, the booth operating, the networking events and after parties, like everything went pretty well. It was expensive at the end of the day, but I would say nothing beats in-person events. Any one of you that have studied marketing know that the customer and brand relationship cycle goes from brand awareness to brand recognition to brand trust to brand preference. And live events are one of the best ways to take a customer from brand awareness to brand trust, even to brand preference really, really fast, because you have this in-person connection and you're basically prefer your brand, or they will prefer the Deep Funding brand. And you can also not underestimate the power of word of mouth. Every single one of these people that we talk to, if they know someone that builds with AI, they will tell them about Deep Funding. Hey, I know about this funding program. We met those guys at the summit. So you may think 10K is expensive for the couple of hundred people that we talk to or directly exchange contacts with, but do not underestimate the power of word of mouth. I'm pretty sure that we reached a lot more than 100 people, or will be reaching a lot more than just a couple of hundred people. 100 people. I would just go on a networking rampage and talk to as possible. Yeah, Rafael.
No, please go on. I can wait. I can wait to finish. Just to be the.
What? No, go ahead.
It's mainly some points. First, Rafael, thank you for applying. Also, congratulations on the work that you did prior and afterwards as well. Special thank you for Judith and Mauro that got the task when we needed, right? Actually, Rafael needed. We had your support. with this travel, long time flight, and etc. But yes, thank you for also congratulations. We see important, and also the care of you guys of showing this and showing accountability to the community by showing pictures, bringing videos, being here in a town hall and showing everyone that matters what you have done. This is what we need more and more in the community, especially from the awarded teams. In a way, they can be accountable on what the community voted for, right? And if I can go now to a challenge from the operation side, what happened? Sometimes projects or proposals will rely on third parties, as yours, Cardoso, was relying on Cardano Foundation Festival or Summit, which is completely okay. We don't want to cut good ideas or good proposals because they rely on third parties, and then we are saying, no, because this third party can mess up or can be change their mind and etc. This way we'll be avoiding some very good ideas of happening. And I'm talking not only on the, in this case, marketing pool, but also new services and AI services that can arise. It's going to happen. Again, where a proposer will contact a third party before and say, hey, I want to use your event or your solution to create this great idea for the decentralization of artificial intelligence. And when it's selected, the third party will say, yeah, we changed our minds. Now it's the challenge for Deep Funding. How to deal with this? What happened at this time? You, Cardoso, reached out to me and said, hey, we have this situation. And it's a tough situation from myself and Deep Funding because we don't want to take a centralized decision, yes or no, right? Because in the end, it was the community choice. But we also have to ponder if making another decision-making process involving the community wouldn't be too bureaucratic and could not be the ideal one because it would be a short term. You needed an answer in a short term as well to take care about things. The Cardano Summit has a defined date and etc. Right? So
Yeah,
this type of
they were very unorganized as well. Like because I started doing things with a lot of like months before time, but I started getting answers like close to the deadline, which was harder to deal with as well, right?
And sometimes even more expensive than what was planned. For instance, air tickets, plane tickets, it gets more expensive towards the date, right? So potentially, if we had this before, Judith wouldn't need to fly more hours to save a couple of hundreds of dollars, and so on. So in this sense, it's important for all of us to understand that this decentralization process, it has a lot of benefits, but also give us some challenges in this sense, as mentioning here. At the beginning, I think round 3, when I started here, I was, okay, let's put in the rules that for if you are relying on a third party, you have to have their acknowledgement that you are doing that. And this still is going to happen. If you don't have their acknowledgement around it, it's not going to be eligible. But even then, they might change their mind. So, and we will have to decide if we are going to centralize this decision or if we are going to get back to the community and they change the plans. We are used to receive analyze this. We go to the experts in the review circle, especially when it's a technical thing, and say, hey, is it something that really makes sense? This, but as a last resource, we can also get back to the community. After all, it was their decision, and we don't want to. Well, we have this responsibility with the community, right? And giving the right purpose to any project that is approved and selected by them. Okay. So again, thank you very much for taking care of this accountability to the community and not just doing in any way that would be suitable for you, but you requested and talked and discussed about it on how to do it. One last point would be, we are strengthening the expert review process, right? And potentially this is also something that we would like to have the expert reviewers assessing. The possibility or the chance that that partnership or that agreement that the proposer has with the third party would not be performed or executed. Then it would come in this report, hey, we know that this team has the agreement, but it's going to potentially not happen. So that again, the community would have this last word saying, no, we see it's a possibility, but we still want to give them the chance of going there and executing this proposal. Okay, so it's again another way that we are going towards the best process in our rounds. Rubio.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rafael. I just want to say you touched on a very sensitive topic, and probably there will be a dedicated town hall for this discussion. One thing I do know is the level of circumstances that can always happen in the future. The future is quite unpredictable, and yeah, we can only be open to the uncertainties of tomorrow, and probably that's what life is all about, and even the experimentation in itself. That in itself does not mean we should not put guides, but I think we should also be open to the fact that even with all of this, we can't really, the probabilities of outcomes of life and events and all of this is n number, right? So we can't really know all of it. One of it is just third party, but I think this discussion probably is larger than just third parties, even when the onus lies on the implementing organization. There can be structural changes that probably in technology and a lot of stuff that affecting catastrophically. So we need to have a conversation on this. I am tilting more towards having a secular resolution to some of these kind of issues, where the circles or the all circles come together to have these kind of conversations when and where they do occur, and also using this to, if this, when and where, whenever we have this kind of stuff, I think this will also motivate more people to find circles and get engaged as they realize that this is where their voice is made, is being heard. We've been asking the question for a long time, where is the community? I think right now the answer is beginning to evolve, that our community lies in our circles, and probably we need to utilize that much more efficiently. Yeah, but yeah, open for much more conversations, and I can't wait to see us have this discussion.
Yeah, thank you, Rubio. I think I totally agree. I just want to add in all that Deep Funding tries to be very supportive and collaborative. We're not here to police. We don't want to be a bureaucracy. We want to work with understanding for the teams. And I think 9 out of 10 times, if a team comes to us with some change due to reasonable circumstances, we will probably allow it. It's only a little bit tricky if the budget is increasing due to that, which was the case in this situation. So suddenly there was this package deal that we didn't ask for, which also included a booth, which was also an opportunity. So that makes it a little bit trickier. So I won't repeat everything that Rafael said. I can't say it any better than you already did, Rafael. But I do want to thank Judith and Mauro for rising to the occasion. We suddenly had this situation where there was this booth, and thank you for manning that booth, especially in the slow hours during breakfast and lunch and so on. The photos are magnificent. The T-shirt is great. So just from that perspective, it's already a success. Yeah, and let's think about how we will handle those 250 people. By the way, on a short note, I don't want to dwell on money, but I do appreciate that you are being conservative with money. I've said it before, we're here in a funding organization. The amounts of money that we spend on project can be quite large, but at the same time, it's important to build a culture of being conservative. I wouldn't want, we are spending the community's money basically on these projects, and that's why we want to. So I appreciate your being conservative, and I also appreciate the fact that you're sharing that with us here, because that is also what builds this culture. At the same time, Judith, in a case like this, if it happens again and it's a really burden on you and there's no other way within the budget to have a flight, and reach out and we can probably find a solution. Yeah, on face-to-face meetings, I'm not a traveling guy. I prefer to travel less rather than more. But it so happens that next week, Rafael and me will go to Bangkok to the Ecosystem Festival. There's no escaping there. But to be honest, I'm also really looking forward to it. Not so much the travel, also not so much the country, although that I love Thai food, so maybe that's a benefit. But I'm really looking forward to all the contacts. So I'm really looking forward to both the internal discussions on strategy and all kinds of stuff, and also really looking forward to all the people that I will meet, like we did last time in Panama. That was really the great part about it. So yeah, even though traveling is not my thing, meeting people and talking about Deep Funding and SingularityNET, well, you can basically wake me up for that. So looking forward to that, and try to continue your good work in that part of the world. And then last thing, I have one question. So there was this other coincidence here, which made this opportunity really interesting. As you may know, we have now 15 RFPs ready. It's a complete new funding round, and they are now open for submission. So anybody interested in doing some, well, sometimes pretty hard AGI R&D, then yeah, please go to these RFPs and read them through. But there's one in particular that was relevant in this case, because it's a first time that we did a partner project, and it was a partner project with, I could say, my good friend Chris from Cardano Catalyst. And yeah, that's a milestone and achievement in itself. It's great to have a first partnership, partner project, partner RFP. And it's even better to have the first one together with our friends from Catalyst. And it was published just before the event, which I thought was a pretty good coincidence, because it's the right crowd. So I was wondering, were there any people interested in that? Could you see if this would attract them? Were there any questions about that? Don't want to put you on the spot here, but doing it anyway.
Definitely there was. And I was about to say the quality of people were actually so good there. It was surprising how many people have said they 100% will submit a proposal in the next round. There was so many people that said it's the first time they're hearing about deep funding, but they will absolutely definitely look into it. I mean, there was so much genuine interest. And then after the workshop where we presented the RFPs, there was I would say, fairly long lineup of people that came and asked us questions about it. There we could see that there was people taking pictures of the RFPs. I mean, nobody came up, at least to me, and said, "Yeah, I will absolutely submit a proposal for that specific RFP." But I think there was definitely interest.
Great to hear. So yeah, as Rafael was already saying, in rounds we sometimes see, or actually always see, that in the last 48, but even 24 hours, there's this huge peak in submissions. We'll see if that happens with the RFPs. There's really no need for that anymore, since all your competitive, sensitive data is hidden for the general public. But maybe there are other reasons. Some people just need the pressure and the deadline to actually submit. So, yeah, looking forward to see if we get some submissions, especially on that proposal. But I've no doubt, and I'm counting on it. And otherwise, we'll browse through that list of 200 people of you and find some victims there. But thank you. Thank you for the great work and for the enjoyable presentation as well.
Also, what was really noticeable was that pretty much everyone was familiar with SingularityNET, and almost no one was familiar with deep funding. I feel like we have to do more on the branding side and show that deep funding is connected to SingularityNET, even if we maybe create a very prominent tagline: deep funding, SingularityNET's decentralized funding program. Like maybe have it as a tagline with the logo or something.
Well, we have plans to revitalize the homepage, perhaps also with some of the nice pictures that you created. So, yeah, we might add that as well. But, we have on the main menu SingularityNET as one of the 4 or 5 items. So it's not completely hidden. But, yeah, so I think the main thing is to reach, to get people to come to the website in the first time. But yeah, there's a lot of work that we can still do and a lot of things that we can improve. But yeah, it's good to have that experience and to have that knowledge, then we can work with that.
Rafa?
Yeah, being someone in the business of giving money to projects, literally, right? It's weird when we hear that, oh, people don't know about the deep funding, but that's something that we are aware about and that we have to work. So, and I raised the hand here exactly, considering we have many marketing people in this call here. A call to action would be, at this point, would be to work with these 250 people, besides what we are doing, of course, but to have also a special attention to those contacts that you were able to collect there, because it's the value that what we invested in this particular project, right? It's not only to be there and make some noise, but to engage these people. So which ideas can we have and put in and execute to bring these 250 people that didn't hear about us before to become part of the community, to contribute, to propose, and so on. So what actions could we, or initiatives could we work along with them and make this happen? So a special town hall for them, or what would be the idea here? I am not that, well, marketing expert, So I will leave for you guys to think, ideate, and perhaps bring some ideas where we can work and bring these people into our community and proposal. Oh.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch that were interested in signing up to the newsletter and also to our giveaway. So we have a whole list of emails collected, which we can now add to our MailChimp. And speaking of emails, everyone that gave us their email also entered our giveaway, and we still have to pick the winner. And I do have the people entered in a random wheel of names generator, and I think it's time to pick the winner right now. I cannot share my screen, so I will
Number
turn my
71.
camera. What? I got all the names in here, so I'm gonna pick a winner for the giveaway, which was $100 in HIX. So good luck, everyone. There's about 30 people that entered, and the winner is oh. Oh, so close. Aaron, cool. I'm sure you're not watching right now, but we will be reaching out to you via email. Congratulations on $100 in HIX. Yay. All right, well, that's done also.
Nice.
Aaron.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is even in terms of marketing, as we were speaking about, I think just reaching out to these people when there are opportunities is probably what they really want. Many of them are busy people, and that's why I think events are awesome, because these people are building their projects, they have their companies. Some of them don't spend that much time on the internet looking for other things besides what they're already doing. So these events are a great opportunity to connect with them. And we, as a decentralized grants program, as Rafael said, we are offering money, so it makes a booth more interesting than the other booth who can offer the same, right? And I think that's a big advantage. I don't know if we should do booths and things like that. But maybe sometimes sending people to events, that could be an interesting approach. It's not as expensive as having a booth, although it has considerable costs. And definitely with events, even from my previous experience, there are always unforeseen situations, even when you're creating your own events, because you're reliant on venues, you're reliant on the supplier of this, the supplier of that, the supplier of so you have all these kinds of dependencies. And I guess it's a game of trying to, find a way to make things work in the best way you can at the end of the day. It's also a lot of headaches, so I'm not sure I want to be organizing many more events, but let's see. And in terms of the proposal, I just wanted to make it clear. I know you mentioned it a little bit. Still, without any extra budget, we could deliver the workshop, but we probably wouldn't have people for the booth, because that was not planned. And but that's why we also spoke to Deep Funding as well, to see, like, do we want people for the booth? Do we want to have more merch if we are doing the booth, because we had the budget for merch just for the workshop that we still used. So yeah, that's why we talked to see, we have this opportunity. It's kind of for free, like not for free. I still have to pay it, but I'll pay for the workshop either way. So I approached this opportunity to see if we want to make it or not. If we didn't, I guess it would be okay as well, right? We would still have the banner, we would still have the table. I'll try to show up sometimes, but we probably wouldn't have always somebody there like we did, thanks to Judith, thanks to Mauro. Also, big thanks to Judith in terms of the video and the photos. Like, I'm terrible at those things. I go travel, I go to new countries, I don't take a single photo, and Judith knows that. But she was great. She was like always taking photos, always telling everyone to do that. And I think that was, at the end, very nice to be able to present this, which wouldn't be possible. And I had something else, but I forgot. So please, Rafael, go.
Okay, I'm pretty sure while I'm talking, you are going to remember. But yeah, what I would like to say is it goes in the lines of what you are suggesting, Cardoso, about this, should we put booths there or not? It's not decided. We are discussing yet, and this probably will go through more and more discussions. We discussed it with the focus group, also with the event circle during talks. Many of you know about the town halls, regional town halls that might change the name even RFPs, right? Where we are going to give opportunity to a distributed and decentralized community to operate and work with these town halls. In the future, the vision is that these town halls, as they mature, they become some sort of hubs, regional hubs. And this can be not necessarily talking about geographical considerations, but it can be about anything. And when we have these hubs and people, local people there, it might be cheaper, more efficient to have them. And I'm talking about this because each time I hear we can have members working there and teaching and making deep funding more and more recognizable for those that are going to apply and request the funds. So this is another direction that we are going to have, and it's going to be, again, more efficient and cost efficient as well in this sense. So it's very good to have this also as experimentation. So we see the trouble, we see the problems, well, the agreements that are no longer, and so on. So yes, I'm quite glad to have that can support us in this sense. Did I talk long enough, Cardoso, for you to remember about the topic you are willing to discuss?
Or should I forever, so don't mind.
Go further?
No need, it's gone forever. Well, maybe one day, tomorrow when I'm taking a shower, I'll remember it or something. All right. Any comments, anything you guys want to add, or should we let everyone go for their, I don't know, Halloween parties, I guess? No one is dressed up today, so yeah, come on, guys. I'm kind of dressed up. I have my Deep Funding shirt today. But yeah, so any more comments? So I guess we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, making part of this community and making Deep Funding happen. And I hope to see you again on the Open All Hands next Wednesday at 2 p.m. UTC. All right, everyone. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
guys.
Happy
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.